we'll talk about that when we jump in. I'll say it now. One of the things that we do, gentleman just asked about the hours of study here. One of the things that we do along with our work harder philosophy is kids are here for a long time to be doing that.
How about the extracurricular like outward?
Sure. So why don't we look at a couple classes, and I think that'll answer your questions. Because I'm boring. I'm phenomenally boring. The people who are actually worth seeing are incredible teachers and are incredible kids on our visits. We are located right here. Obviously. Down the street, there's a traditional public middle school. It's representative of a lot of the middle schools in this district, which is adults in the building working fairly hard, trying their best, not supported to be successful. Kids going to that school because they're zoned to that school, which means that based on your zip code, you have to go to a certain school and not others. So all the kids at that middle school down the street applied for our school, and unfortunately they didn't get in. That middle school down the street opened the same year that our school did. After 3 years, we are the highest performing school in Harlem. They are the lowest performing. And that is not to criticize their school or the adults in the building or the kids in that building. Let's be clear about three things. Number one, it's not the families, not the kids, not the adults, right? It's a system that does not allow people in that building to be effective. And I think just, if you're interested in sort of the way that schools work here and different schools and that kind of stuff, what I'll just say is education in America is not a system that's working yet for every kid. It's not a system that's providing exceptional opportunities to every kid across the board. And this is a school, we're proud of this school, but we only serve 400 kids. Even just in this part of Central Harlem, in this district, there are 15,000 kids, right? And there are 1.1 million kids in all of New York City. And so I think it's just important when we think about different schools.
What's the dropout rate for the minorities? It's pretty high.
In terms of
not graduating
citywide not graduating? Now, it used to be, if you were an African-American student in New York, your chance of graduating was about 40%. It's now about 52, 53%.
So
right?
close to 1.60% would not graduate.
Sorry?
Study hours from.
So we'll talk about that when we jump in. I'll say it now. One of the things that we do, gentleman just asked about the hours of study here. One of the things that we do along with our work harder philosophy is kids are here for a long time. So they are here from 7:45 in the morning till 6:15 at night.
Wow.
With Saturday school and summer school. We're kind of handicapped there. We don't have and I can talk to you, if you have a discussion longer about specific ways that we're not able to do that based on the way that the system is working. But we would love to be doing that.
How about the extracurricular like outward?
Sure. So why don't we look at a couple classes, and I think that'll answer your questions. Because I'm boring. I'm phenomenally boring. The people who are actually worth seeing are incredible teachers and are incredible kids.
Yeah.
We don't talk enough about the idea of sort of worldliness or being internationally educated. It's why we teach our ninth graders Korean and not Spanish or French like every other kid in America will learn in ninth grade. Stagger you out a little bit. So, because one thing to know about this building, right, is since we rent